I can tell a fighter if he's going to win by the way he walks to the ring. No one will. There will never ever be another Frank Warren. That's for sure.
No,
never ever. He will never be second best ever, and never has been. But then you've got to realise, from the age of 15, he's been sparring with people like Tyson Fury. And this kid is unbelievable.
Yeah,
he's like a welterweight, so quick. And he went, "Ladies and gentlemen," I went, "Where did you?"
Today we're joined by Mr. WBM himself, Ollie Bessel. Basically, he's going to become my co-host pretty soon, I think. And without a shadow of a doubt, a patriarch of British boxing, Robert Warren himself, founder of WBM. The man has been in the game for 45 plus years. Listen, at one point he says that he can pick if a fighter is going to win or not just by the way they're walking. Like, the man is a legend. Listen, as always, Ollie, the man, the myth, the legend, Ollie Bessel's back, but a member of British boxing royalty is with us, Mr. Robert Warren. Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for coming, mate.
No
Listen,
problem.
Absolute pleasure to have you. And let's start with anything. How did you begin this, the WBM, the chaos of working with your sons? Like, run me through it.
The WBM, what it was, I was getting on a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
And sending them, say if I sent them to Frank or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and then other people started managing them. So I thought, let's do a Warren boxing manager's thing, which was rather funny because I told Alfie to get a licence.
Yeah.
Manager's licence. And I bought Warren Boxing Management for 20 quid.
Boom.
And that was it. And then everyone was going, you know, because when Frank was doing Queensberry,
Yeah.
we was sort of, not Queensberry, we're a boxing management company.
Yeah.
And then everyone, oh, you can't do that, can't do that. I went, why?
Yeah, why can't you?
I went, what's my name?
Yeah. You go, innit?
And that's how we begun.
And that's it. And it's just gone from strength to strength to
so
strength.
he holds the manager's licence, Alfie.
Yeah.
All the boys, all do their different things and in between. This man we brought on board, and since then, we've going forward ever since.
Mr. WBM himself.
He bought it for 20 quid. He's been trying to sell it to me for a fiver for the last year.
No, I haven't. I want more than that.
So, like, what was it like early days? Like, even before WBM, like, you must have been like, you must have seen some just immense stuff. As anyone that's a fan,
yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't remember.
yeah, I think you probably can't tell either.
No, I mean, like any person, older person, is going to say it was better back then, but it truly was.
Yeah.
Because now it's a bit more, too razzmatazz for my liking. Too much business people who have come in who don't know a lot about the game.
Yep.
About fighters, their persona, their body language. I can tell a fighter if he's going to win by the way he walks to the ring.
Really?
I will say to my Alfie or one of my boys, he's lost already.
That's
because
nuts.
you know
You've just seen it so many times.
Because you know how they were the last fight, or you know how they train. There's a lot of people in the game now who just sit in an office and don't go to the gyms. They don't know about the fighters. They don't know. They don't talk to the trainers, how they go and all that. It's very important.
It's massively important.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, I was thinking about that this morning because, you know, one of the many, many reasons, obviously, Robert's so important to us. I mean, I've been in boxing 10 years, which in my head, I always think is quite a long time.
It's a huge amount
and
of
then
time.
And then I look back at some of the photos. I saw one last week of Robert cornering fighters before I was even born. and I think to myself, you know, that's the advantage we have.
Yeah.
Having someone like Robert around us, because the experience he's got and the knowledge he's got, you know, I need another 30 years to get what's in his head.
Yeah.
So to have someone like him around us who we can call on at any time of day, we could get the advice of any time of day, that's always around us, that's been there, done it a million times over, is priceless to us.
I mean, like, that is exactly it. That's why when we started, I'm saying, like, the name Warren with British boxing is just true. It's Windsor. You know what I mean? Like, it's the absolute royalty of the game, and like
Frank's the absolute royalty.
Like, it is what it is, right? It's crazy. The amount of fighters like you and your brother have dealt with, worked with, built, developed, like even now, is insane.
Well, I think no one will. There will never ever be another Frank Warren. That's for sure.
No.
Never ever. He will never be second best ever, and never has been.
But even when you were
He
kids.
pulls it out of the pad, out of the fire, whatever, every single time. I think he's down, whatever. You know, and I'm so proud of him.
I mean, I have to admit, like Ollie and I are about the same age. I'm 43, right? So I've seen Frank be at the highest of highs, then kind of fade, not into obscurity, but like you know, like the Box Nation era,
Yeah,
right?
that's
and
exactly
then even the TNT era. Like you look at TNT and you're just like 30 quid a month just for, because the only reason I would have TNT is for Queensberry, and it was just like now
I mean, but
he's back to number one.
Who pulls a contract out for BC for 5 years? No one.
No one.
Apart from Frank Warren.
No, he's the man.
And that is it.
Literally the man.
That's him.
Yeah. Mental. But like from the lineage that you've been in, you must have come across some absolute legends, some characters.
Yeah, I mean, I've been out there. I think when they come over, when Frank had London Arena,
Yep.
and they come over, first was George Foreman, Joe Fraser come over, then Ali come over.
Yeah.
And they all had their handprint done, I remember. And I'll put my hand in George Foreman, his fingers are about that much big. But Ali's hands are the same size.
Decent.
Right, and they signed some stuff for us, some gloves.
Yeah.
I've got a pair for my kids, they put them in a box with them.
That's epic. Like
So,
there's no bigger flex than that one, is there?
Right, and then what would they be worth today?
Oh, I think they'd be worth 30, 40, 50 grand.
Exactly. And God bless her, she died. She due to Kent. We met her at Child Line when we done the tea. So
yeah,
met the royalty as well. Don't mess about.
That's exactly it. There's no messing about. So like, how from your perspective, I was like, you're saying 10 years in the game. We know you as Mr. WBM. Like you're saying, well, you know you've got Robert and the boys as there as a resource. It must be crazy. It must be like having the Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all. I know, obviously, Robert is the boy's dad, but whether he was or he wasn't, we called him boss.
Yeah,
you know, ultimately, a bit like Frank. You know, Robert doesn't get too involved day to day, like I don't think Frank does with Queensberry. You know, he's not, 12 hours a day, you know, running things. But what he is absolute top of the tree. Ultimately, no decision is ever made by us unless we think and know that Robert would approve of it and would be happy with it. And, we never do anything that we feel he wouldn't be happy with. And like I say, for me personally, I can't speak for his boys. They'll tell you, their own stories about him. But for me, he's been, I feel so privileged to be around him and have him around. And, he's a friend as well as, the boss. And we've had some great nights, when it comes to Robert. I think, he just commands respect when he walks into a room. You see it at the Queensberry show, you see it at the WBM shows, the Box Nation shows. When he walks into a room, he has to take half an hour to say hello to everybody because everyone wants a bit of his time and a bit of attention.
That's only because I'm getting old.
Saying hello to the same person 4 times, doing the lap of the York call.
It's literally that. But the biggest thing for me, my broadcast career, so in terms of presenting, is just as important to me as the promotional side of things and everything else. And the one thing I can always say, which has been huge for me, is nobody has sung my praises as a presenter as much as Robert. He's been from day one my biggest fan when it comes to the presenting. Touts me out to everybody, but he gave me confidence from the start.
You're on percentage. You're on percentage, isn't it?
But and going back, as I can say about Ollie, he's lifted WBM, right? He's utmost professional when it comes to the presenting. I think he's probably the best one about.
Yep.
But then I'm a bit biased,
Obviously.
He does give me a few quid. No, I'm joking. But he has. And what people don't seem to realise, because I always had a thing about my young kids going to boxing. They're not going there until they're 15, 16.
Yep.
Because I don't think little kids should be, it's not a place if people get bleeding and all that. So from that perspective, you've got Bobby, who's been in the game nearly 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, with that in itself, how did that come about then? So,
because we all go to the game. They used to come to all the fights and they follow me around the backstage. And now he does all the setting up himself with Queensberry. So they're all sort of, well established in the boxing world.
Are you surprised that they're all in?
He did his 25 years in the thing, and I'm thinking to myself, I must be an 8 now.
Is it surprising to you now that all of the boys are now in?
No.
No, it's literally the family business.
I knew there'd be a little bit of, a few waves here and there with them.
Yeah.
But when they're always fighting for each other, my boys, and they always stick together.
Yeah.
And they won't be going nowhere, I promise you.
Yeah. When last time Ollie was in, he said he's in the Warren Boys group chat, and he said that when it all just like when there's matchmaking, when there's actual high level business WhatsApping going on, he's just like, I'm putting my phone down and I'm just going to wait for the dings to stop. Exactly. Are you in the same group?
No.
No.
The escalation has to happen.
He's not allowed. Yeah. There's a reason for that. Yeah. We let Robert see the end result. We don't let him see how we get there.
No, they went to me. I said, I know how hard it is. I've seen people do it. Like you got now, you think you're on a computer, you got every fighter in the world.
Yeah.
I just sit with Ernie Fossey, God bless him, probably the best man I've ever met in boxing.
Yeah.
And we'd be in the office at 4:00 in the morning with his little black book phoning America.
Really?
Yeah. How about that?
Phoning just promoters, who have you got?
All over the world. And you couldn't phone them because the hours are behind, so you'd have to do it 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Right? Have a black book with all, who you got? And now they've got every fight in the world, they still cry, I can't do nothing.
So do you think that's now why there's like the new upstart, smaller promotions that are popping up? Because it's just so much easier now, surely.
Yeah, it's easier, but people would want to make it more difficult. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because you've got every fight there's a yes or no.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's as easy as that. I think it's the time scale where they're leaving it to the last minute, most people, or whatever they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't. If it's there in front of you, and it gets past. See, the other thing is the ball control can stop a fight last minute, as we know, don't we?
How many times? For
the small promoters, that's
just chaos.
It kills them.
Yeah.
And without all the little promotions, you won't have no big promotions.
No.
Please believe me. And it's that just one fight being cancelled.
Yeah.
Can kill a show.
Yeah, of course it can.
Make you lose money.
All right, so like from that, with that level and breadth of experience, what have you like? Who has been the most important person to you in boxing, other than obviously Frank? I
don't know. Probably all my boys at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I weren't sort of managing as they are now, or had an interest in fighting. I was just there to do all the officials, the hotels, and all that. I used to do transport, everything.
Yeah.
So now I'm in it.
Yeah.
They're the most important people, aren't they? Obviously, because they're the ones who's making the decisions.
Yeah.
Along with Ollie and that. And then they come crying to me when something goes wrong.
How often do the boys come to you when they're like this fighter, and have you ever just gone, he's not it, or this one you've said no to?
No.
You don't step over to that level.
That. I went, you know why? Let them learn.
Yeah.
Because I will say, if that's what you think, I'm not going to undermine them.
Yeah.
That's what you think. What do you think? Let them have a fight. We'll have the first fight. And then I would say to them, persevere. And how good a fighter is 2 or 3 fights.
Do you know what it is with Robert? Like I say, he doesn't necessarily get involved in the process towards the decision making. But the one thing we always know is he's always got our back. Yeah. So we know if something, and thankfully, touch wood, I haven't had any problems, in boxing up until this point. But I know if I did, or I had an issue, or I had a problem, I know that I could go to him, but I know he's got my back. And obviously the same with his sons as well. So there's always that comfort with them. Like Robert says, he leaves us all to learn our own way. But we always know that if something doesn't go right, we can fall back on him. And that's important for us.
From the perspective of you saying you've been in the game 108 years back for bands, but like now it's at a stage where it's probably about 15 years ago it started to really change, where you had little shits like me just turning up at shows, getting media credentials, but holding a phone in someone's face, like the rise of the tripoder and the new media stuff. Like from your perspective, Are you with that, or are you sort of like, I prefer the Collins?
I'm with
rest
that,
in power.
as in the after fight things, and
Yeah,
I'm with all that. Yeah, but some of the building up and that.
yeah,
I know you got to sell a fight today.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can oversell it if you know what I mean. If it goes on, people go off.
yeah,
You know, there's fights out there that sell themselves.
yeah.
There's fights that don't, so I can understand that. But for me, even on too much razzmatazz and everything,
You're
too
a
much
purist.
showbiz in there.
You literally just, you need to fight you,
Get in
because
the-
this
get
is
in the
where it
corner and
is.
get out.
Yeah. You don't care if you like each other. You don't
No,
care if you're
but,
funny. You don't care if you're best
exactly.
mates.
No. I mean, when you think it's a serious business.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, it really is. It
And
really
it's
is.
too much. How can I put it? You know, you've got celebrities everywhere, and every single seat filled up by a celebrity.
I was going to say, like, not taking over the presenting here, but for you, you know, seeing the progression, especially with like Riyadh season now, where it's not like the weigh-in the day before and then the event, it's like a whole week's worth of open workouts, press conferences, weigh-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a big change, isn't it?
It's a very big change. I mean, some of it's good. You know what I mean? But some of it is good. I mean, the presentation there,
It's
and the
fantastic.
productions are second. They're fabulous.
Yeah.
My way of thinking is like out in Saudi. I think the production and everything outside of it is second to none. It's
Yeah.
just that they're not proper boxing fans yet.
No, but
And you can hear it. And sometimes you need the crowd. If you're a fighter,
yeah.
or some fighters need the crowd to lift them.
But in that regard, they have listened, because do you remember they were doing it in that massive football stadium
Yeah.
where you could hear like a snail fighting,
Yeah.
and now they've moved it to the little sort of 8,000-9,000
Much
one,
better.
and it's much better.
It's much better. But as another thing, it's just a new thing.
It's a
being
new
bold.
territory.
So it takes time for someone to say, that's my favourite fight, I
Yeah.
want to fight. So maybe it will
Yeah.
get better. And it's, it's not cheap for the fans to go over there and all that.
I hope it will, but then like from our perspective, like UK fans have always been the number
Right,
one.
yeah.
Like you can be in your call, you can have a couple of drinks down in the bar,
Yeah.
fuming that you can't go into the hall anyway,
No.
and have a proper sing song and have a really good night. But like the Americans ain't like that. The Saudis obviously aren't like that. It's a very different energy.
Do you know what? Funny enough, I was watching a WWE event last weekend, and they were saying how spectacular the English fans are compared
Yeah,
to anywhere
they
else in the
are.
world. They were blowing
Yeah.
the roof off whatever venue they were in.
And that, you'll call. You tell me anywhere in the world you get a better atmosphere.
Nowhere.
No.
No, simply nowhere.
People don't realise. You know, the Baldies, they're the best.
We're there Saturday for one of the shows. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it doesn't matter if there's no one of any sort of like notoriety.
The noise and
It's
it's
iconic.
It's compact. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. It is. It's great.
Did you see it going this way? Did you see this? Because obviously we had a little bit of a dip, and then we had the big rise now, and now we're at the Riyadh season stuff where we're arguably having very strange concerts in the middle
Yeah.
of it, and like all manner of stuff. Like Ollie was saying, the one in a couple of weeks' time for Canelo Crawford, when that starts, it starts on like Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then there's a mini card, a sparring card, then the main event, and then there's
Too much. Well, it's too much for me. I'm just saying
Yeah,
from my
yeah.
perspective. Too much for me. I would go weigh in, fight. maybe the press conference.
Mate, yeah, you got to have a little press conference. You got to have the little bit
All the
pleased by the
rest,
pay per view.
Like was it the workout? Not for me.
No. When did that come about?
I don't know. I think when Strictly come down.
So for you, like, at what point now is it only for, in your opinion, do you want more purists in, or do you think that maybe the loose
more
fans?
Furious. I just think just cut it a bit shorter, because sometimes it can get long and drawn out.
Yeah.
But that's me. It's my opinion. I mean, I love the press conferences when they have a go at each other, the weigh-in.
Yeah.
I think that the outside workouts and
I think the outside
You know,
workouts can go, what about you?
they're not-
Like,
they're
you
not,
love a
no.
bit of star power, don't you? You know, a little bit of Raz.
I mean, they're good for the youngsters and that.
Yeah.
Go and see them. Whatever.
Well, do you know what? This is what I was about to say, though. Do you think it comes from, as well, you know, we're talking about the length of time some of us have been in the sport where, you know, it's very new, a lot of it. And then, you know, I hear your brother say, I hear Frank say sometimes, you know, he knows he's got to deal with the press in the week lead up to it. But he, like you say, he's not the biggest fan of it, I don't
No, he's
think.
not.
Do you think it comes down to the fact you've been in the sport for so long that it's
Well,
difficult
listen,
to still get up?
You've got to be respectful for what everyone wants.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like anything. You know, some fights are not for people.
Yeah.
For other people, they're the best fights there. So it's your choice, you know. But I mean, the open workouts, they're great for the public. You see loads of public there, so they must like them.
They do.
But for me, it's, don't do nothing for me.
No, I'm with you on that. I mean, I've never been a fan of the public workouts, but like when like the HBO stuff, when the 24/7s, and when those like that stuff started to come about, like I liked that. But like I'm not bothered about going to a weigh-in. I'm not bothered about like you watch that on the streams, great. But like I do like. I think we're now in the era where we can have so much more access, and it's so much better to build them as people and fighters.
I think so, yeah.
And then that becomes fans.
Do you know what? This is the story I was about to tell before we started recording though, which I said I'll tell on the stream. You find when you're in boxing, you start to view it differently than a fan anyway. So I'll give you an example. Take the Wembley Stadium show, Dubois Usyk. We had a whole week of build up to that.
Yep.
I kid you not, come fight night, and I mean literally here, it's not a metaphor, my feet were bleeding.
Yeah.
Because I'd walked round Wembley so much in the days leading up to it. We do our bits for Queensberry, helping them set up and everything else. And then it got to fight night, me and Robert at Wembley. Now, bear in mind, people have paid thousands of pounds for tickets, some of the best seats. Me and Robert and the boys sat in the whips room all night.
Yeah.
And then when it got to the Dubois Usyk fight, we went out for the entrances.
Then all the officials. And all that.
We watched one round, and then me and Robert went and watched the fight in the officials' room on DAZN.
Yeah.
And it's not because we're not interested. It's because we're working. It's a job, isn't it? Right.
Yeah. Plus, you got to make sure everyone's getting back properly and whatever. So I went, because everyone wants to go into the thing. No, wait here, why? Because as soon as they come out with directs and where they got to go, all that. Yeah. And it is.
It's a machine, isn't it?
Yeah. And
it's the machine.
And by the time the main event come, me and him just looked at each other and we were like, let's just go and sit down. And bear in mind, we can sit anywhere. We've gone and just me and him have gone and sat in the officials' room. We sat down for half an hour. We watched it on DAZN. And we just watched it on TV and we, you know, it was great. But it I guess I'm touching on what Robert says.
I mean, it's different. It's different if you're a spectator.
Yeah, exactly that.
If you're a spectator, you're going to do it. If you're working, I mean, sometimes when you go to, say you're abroad, you go to a show, you're okay. It's not your show. Sit there. When you're working, you've got the official there, and you're doing bits and pieces here. Very much different.
Plus that one, right? That's like the biggest, right? Undisputed heavyweight championship in the National Stadium with a Queensberry fighter.
The difference.
You can't be like sitting there taking selfies with that. You're on the job and you're on the highest.
It's difficult. Well, we did the same in Ipswich, didn't we? We had Nelson Usa fighting on the card.
You know, every single outdoor show's rained.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So by the time the DAZN live feed has started, me and him were in the bar back at the hotel watching it there. But again, it comes from the fact, like I say, when you're working in it, and I can only talk from my experience when you've been in the game for as long as Robert has. I mean, how many boxing matches do you think you've seen in your life?
Fuck me, I don't know.
That'd be great to work out.
It's got to be 100,000.
When we first started out in 1980, Mickey Duff had a stranglehold on it then, and I used to argue with Colin Hart. God bless him. Who passed away this year. You think Colin Hart, Joe Wagner, Frankie Hopkins?
Yeah.
I mean, three of the funniest. Three of the most knowledgeable people in the game. Colin Hart would know everything from day one or whatever. Some of the stories he came out were unbelievable. Joe Bugner I worked with when I was a young 23-year-old, 45 years ago.
How long did you know Frankie for?
Who?
Frankie Hopkins.
Frankie Hopkins I knew, got to be 30, 35 years. Yeah, it must be nearly 35 years. One of the funniest, sharpest men and knowledgeable people in boxing.
100%.
Big. It's going to be a big void for me going to the shows.
Yeah.
It was like a double act, wasn't it?
It was great. Do you know what? I the first I ever met Frankie Hopkins was a couple of years ago, and I was over at a Queensberry presser getting some content for the WBM socials, and I got a call from Robert in the week and said, "Oh, Frankie Hopkins is going to be there. Can you interview him?" So I'll be honest with you, at the time, I didn't know that much about him. So I did my research. I found out his history and everything else. I interviewed him, and from the first moment he got on camera, you could see he was a real character.
Yeah.
And then I had the pleasure of interviewing him twice after that. Once with Robert and Frankie Hopkins together, which was brilliant. It was only a short clip. It was actually filmed on a phone.
Perfect.
But it was a nice little clip that's on socials. And then the last time I interviewed him, which is my favourite Frankie Hopkins memory, he was announcing his retirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the boys said to me, do it live on Box Nation. Let him come onto the live stream in between the fights. So we're like, yeah, of course. So we got him on the live stream. And the first thing we did was Sam handed him a Box Nation mic. I had a mic.
He was going,
Oh, it was brilliant. And the minute we went live and I started interviewing him, he didn't use the microphone to talk into once. He was pointing over here, pointing
Love
there,
it.
pointing this person.
I wanted to meet you.
Oh, it was brilliant. He was swinging it around. We were ducking. And he did the whole interview
But
swinging
you
this
know what? You know
microphone.
what made me laugh? And one of them told him.
No,
That's out of respect,
we
innit?
let him get on with it.
Because I went
Rob, make no doubt about it.
What are you doing?
You could have this in your pocket. I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything. I'll let Oz deal with that one.
It got even better because once he swung the microphone around and he'd done his retirement, we finished the interview and we had Mitchell Smith on the side ready to bring Mitchell Smith in.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether Frankie didn't realise we were live or what the situation was, because after we'd finished the bit, he just stayed in the presenting area telling us all what a great job we'd done and shouting over at Alfie from across the room about what a brilliant interview it was, and we had to kind of usher him out. But do you know what? I like I say, I only had the pleasure of meeting him a few times, but what a character.
I missed that man. So he was my best friend
Yeah.
in the boxing world. And my boys adored him, and he loved my boys. And we used to, see, with me and Frank, it weren't just boxing.
Yeah.
We talk about the families, you know.
You were mates. You were proper friends.
Proper
boys.
family man, he wasn't all.
Yeah.
I think he had about 32 grandchildren, great-grandchildren. I went, what do you do Christmas? I went, I'd lock the door.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
You know, but truly, we will miss him.
Yeah. I mean, there's someone like him that's worked with that many people across just that many, like it's invaluable.
Of course he is. He is. He's a great man.
Yeah. All right. Well, you said it a little bit ago. You can see a fighter walking and know exactly what they are. Right.
Yeah.
Speak to me about Moses, because
I told him
immediately that noise that lets you know, didn't it?
Just lately, it
Yeah.
was about 2-3 fights in. I went, this kid is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's like a welterweight, so quick.
Yep.
Right, his movement, and he don't change his persona, does not change his expression or anything. What people don't realise, they're saying, oh, he was over the hill, Dillian White. The reason he was over the hill was because if you look at Moses fighting him, when somebody got someone like that, they just steam into him. He did him.
Yeah.
And every time he started to get up and do so, he went bang, 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 step back, bang, bang, and I was going, this is unreal. This is like a fighter who's been an age in boxing.
Yeah.
But then you've got to realise, from the age of 15, he's been sparring people like Tyson Fury.
Yep.
He's won everything as an amateur, so he knows.
He does.
He's the best prospect I've seen. Everyone says, oh, you ain't seen him get hit yet.
Ever.
I went, no, I haven't seen him get hit
No. It's best prospect you've seen.
Best British prospects I've seen, young prospects ever.
That's big praise.
45 years I've been doing it. Yeah.
That's big praise.
But if he has anything, Moses, anything happens to you, whatever, I'm going to make out I've had Alzheimer's and on them.
We'll give it one of them on that note. Yeah. We need him.
He won't. He will reign supreme. He's
I think
super
he will as well.
and he hasn't come out of first gear. Please believe me. Feet on the ground.
All right. Well, like, you know, obviously, Mr. Al-Sheikh is kind of pushing now for Usyk, right?
Well,
Why not? I mean, it's a win-win, because if he wins, he wins. If he loses, it's Usyk.
Before, you know, it's all about, before what was it? Was it?
What, oh, I know you, the American guy.
Yeah.
The American guy just
Ground set.
clocked him. Yeah.
I said he's ready for that right now.
You reckon? Would you not want to see him?
No, he's got to be pushed. The only way you're going to push this man,
Yeah.
he's got to fight the best, and it's only the best that's going to push him. There's no one at that level, and I'm not being rude to even Derek Chisora.
Oh yeah, no.
White,
Even my opinion, he wipes out
Right.
Derek. But would you not want to see him in like the Caballeros, the Parkers? I mean, Wardley is not going to fight him.
Caballero, what level are they? They're not far above.
They're not far above, no. But what they are is just that extra bit. No,
Do you know-
I can't see him called a problem.
No, do you know the biggest problem with it is? I think if you know boxing, right, and you forget the names and everything else, if you just look at the ability levels,
That's it.
he's levels above anybody. And I'm not going to say
And
he's
his
levels.
movement.
his movement.
Yeah, I'm not going to say he's levels above Usyk, but I believe he is
He will
better.
beat him.
I mean, for as the casual sofa fan, right? There's still some questions, but they're not
they're
crazy
answering
questions.
keep saying
That's it. But then from
Well, the best way to solve the problem about the question
Throw
is
it in.
to let him answer them. If he wants to do it, the kid, he might be young. He's not full.
no, he's not.
He's been sparring these world class fighters since he was 15. He's had 5 years experience.
Do you think?
Sparring the best, Joshua, AJ.
Yeah, like you hear all of the stories about him. I mean, like he holds very good account, if not just destroys. Would you not want to?
Totally. What he said about him,
Yeah.
I went, God, I can't believe he was 15.
But I agree with what Robert says. Like, I take nothing away from any top level heavyweight,
Yeah,
but I don't see a fighter that's going to cause him the kind of problems that answer the questions that you want answering. I don't see a Caballero.
Caballero doesn't do anything to him. I'm with you on that.
Even look, I love Joseph Parker. I love Wardley. I love all these fighters. But if you just again go back, if you look at how quickly he gets in and out, if you look at how quickly he calculates what shots he needs to throw, if you look at the power and the speed and everything else that goes with it, when you look at raw ability, I don't see what fighter causes him the problems for the questions that you want to
What
answer.
about like a Fury? Because you're dealing
Even
with
Fury, see what
Fury don't
Yeah, I
want to
know Fury don't want to fancy, but in a prime kind of situation, like that size, that skill set, that's a
Put it
question.
this way, if you put Fury at 20, you put
Oh,
Moses
yeah,
at 20, it's
destroys
Moses
him.
all day long.
Destroys him. Yeah, you're right. 20 for 20,
Any of
100%.
them at that age.
I think if you stick him in with Usyk, I don't think it's going to be over in 30 seconds. Like, it will be a fight. But even then, like, and I took stick for saying this on social media, but I stand by it. I think he beats him.
He's so good at working the opponent out very quickly. That is an ability. I mean, and his mindset. I always said that about you, Fury. I said his mindset. That's why he goes to people's backyards, because his mindset is second to none. Well, he used to go over there. Yep, I'll fight. I'll fight. This kid has got the best mindset. He just whoever you put in front of him, and he can only fight who's in front of him.
Do you think that's what? Do you think what actually gets pushed for next is that? Because there's nothing else out there, really, is there?
Not really, no. Look, you know, whoever they put him in with before you sit, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, but he's done this."
Yeah.
So
The only scupper in the plans is, I think, from what I heard Frank say on Box Nation yesterday, I think the winner of Wardley and Parker's going to get Usyk. That's what Frank was saying.
well, Parker was supposed to fight Usyk. That's what.
So
back to that.
So the only thing I would
back
say
to
is,
that, Wardley-
if the winner of Wardley Parker is going to get Usyk, then
Usyk puts it in the bin.
yeah, but yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. Does that happen, or if the fight does happen, then Moses has got to stay active. They'll have to find another
And
opponent.
then
for him,
again, is Usyk interested in them fights?
That's what I mean. Is like I think that
Well, you go-
there's no question that like Parker, like, you know, no disrespect to Parker. Parker can't beat. I can't imagine him beating Usyk. Fabio's Fabio. We love Fabs, but like he's not beating Usyk. Like neither one of those two pose any threat or question to Usyk, where Moses does. So that WBO, I think, just gets relinquished.
Well,
And he's just
listen,
like, oh mate, leave it.
Even now, right? Even now, I mean, he's just exploded on the scene. Even though, you know, by doing that, right? The 30th of December is back.
Yep.
You watch the views.
Yeah.
You watch, and then they're just going to have to, you know, bang, push him in.
Would you
Who at his age is going to beat him?
No one. The only, and it's not anywhere near the same level, is obviously Leo Tang, who's two fights in now.
Yeah.
He looks good, but he's very much so coming through.
Yeah.
And we might in 3 years' time get a new Fury, AJ.
Hope so.
Will they, won't they? Between the two of them.
Be a different outcome. They both fight each other when they're supposed to, instead of 5 years later.
Well, this is it. So if Moses does clean out house and becomes undisputed at 20, 21, whatever he can be, like there's no one out there really. He's there until he wants to not be there, right? With that, what are we saying, Fabio and Parker? Because like that's like, listen, I'll be buying that pay-per-view. right? Oh, you have to. I may even go. I would like to go, right? It doesn't really do anything other than gives both of the guys a fight. Fabs, it's a great fight for Fabs.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a risk for Parker, really, more than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, I would make Parker the favourite, but
Yeah, for sure.
But then again, seeing what Joe Joyce done to Parker, if Fab catches him,
Fab catches him, and he's going to
that's
be.
the interesting thing about it. Yeah,
I think it's one of those fights where I think Parker's the favourite.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those fights where you wouldn't be surprised if either man won because you know Parker's got the better boxing
that makes
ability.
it a good fight.
Yeah. Like you say, riskier for
Way riskier for
Joe.
Parker. Yeah,
than
because
it is
he's waited and he's worked so hard. Like Fabs has obviously
Yeah,
put
so
a
I mean,
shift in,
after
but like,
the way he's come back after the Joyce thing,
yeah,
you know, and they're both
Yeah.
gentlemen. They really are.
Yeah, really good guys, both
They
of them.
really
Yeah.
are. Pair of them.
with the stable now, with the British boxing, other than Moses, obviously Moses is here, right? Who are your other like ones
But
to watch?
In Frank's, well, don't ask me about my lot because there's all
No. Just all. It doesn't matter whose lot they belong
Who
to.
will I
The ones
say?
that you look at and you go, I've got a lot of time for that fighter. See, I was even
Now
woke
you got
then.
me
I was going to
thinking.
say for that guy, and I went, no.
I don't know. There's people coming through.
I mean, like Royston's
What's
a
the
bit
bike?
special, isn't he?
Yeah. He ain't put a foot wrong.
No.
He's impressed.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? What my jump?
Who's yours, Oz?
I like the Noakes brothers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
obviously
Sam,
Sam's got a big
I think
opportunity.
they've done
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he has.
And they deserve what they've done. Really deserve where they are. Deserve better fights. Yeah. You got them and they've come up the foul twins and all.
Yeah.
Fail twins, yeah, good guys.
Great guys early up the road.
I think Sam Noakes. Obviously, we've had Sean on Box
You got-
Nation.
look, I liked it. We had that last week, Shane and Rafferty.
Great fight.
So that's
Fantastic
open,
fight.
That's open to Sam, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great division.
I
You
like
know what
that.
I mean? But there's plenty you can pick out. But, you know, I can't say, because Moses to me, he
Just a
stands
league,
out.
a different league, a different
Yeah.
galaxy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think your nephew Francis, he's got some good fights, good guys in there as well. Like I say, I got a lot of time for the Noakes boys.
Yeah.
He's got obviously Mason Payne and Charlie Hickford, who are both Queensberry fighters in there as well. Good guys. Jimmy Dean Wood, who's not got a promotional contract yet, but we've had him on a few Box Nation shows. Good. I like Francis stable. Francis got a good group of lads there, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, like, same question what you were saying about Frankie. What is it like at Christmas in the extended Warren household? It must be mental, isn't it?
Well, we only visit each other, go over there once a week.
All right.
Same here. I mean, I've got, how many have I got now? I think when who's having a competition, I think he's one in front.
Is it?
So I'm up to 9, I think he's up to 10 or 11.
It's a lot of
Grandchildren,
peeps.
but 2 of mine are great grandchildren, so I am really old.
You've got great grandkids. Has he got any great grandkids? No. So you got him there.
I've done him.
You've done him.
Yes, right.
Job done. Job done.
Thank you very much. Done you, Frank.
I think we'll wrap that up there. That's like
Yeah.
perfect.
Perfect.
Anyway, thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Mate, like, pleasure is all as. Obviously, that's your seat.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Did you know what I want you to invite us
Go
along
on.
to? Me and Robert on a live stream watch along.
You're more than
Because
happy
do you
to
know
come to the
why?
live streams.
Because Robert has been very well behaved today. I think if you give him a beer and stick him on the live stream, it's going to be a very different story.
Would that not be a WBM devout brand risk?
No, we're built on him.
Remember, I'm back. I'm
Yeah. You're
sideline.
back office. Yeah. Chairman.
WBM. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on holiday, but it's a WBM.
All right, we'll have you over then.
Do you know what I always find amazing as well, which is a positive thing? These old school guys always get away with it more than we would. Do you know what I mean? He can say what he wants and I'm butts an eyelid. If I said a quarter of the stuff he said, I'd be off TV, wouldn't I?
Yeah, 100%.
Or off Box Nation.
Or even it's the implied, isn't it?
Yeah.
You might have meant that.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
what?
yeah,
He actually did mean it.
He's brilliant for that.
Beast. I love the Jed.
One more thing about Robert before you wrap up. What
Yeah.
he's brilliant at is if he takes a disliking to somebody, it's really difficult then to sway him the other way, right?
Yeah.
But he's got such a brilliant way of letting you know he doesn't like you. Because what he does is
Go on.
he'll approach you instantly as soon as he sees you. And he'll be really, really blunt. But he's so blunt that people think he's joking. So then they don't take it seriously. So if someone turns up that he doesn't, if someone turns up to a venue he doesn't like, he'll literally walk up to him and go, "What the fuck are you doing here?" But he says it so bluntly that they don't think in a million years he's serious, and they laugh and joke and tap him on the shoulder and walk up.
He's so
And I'm looking, I'm like, he's
I
serious.
have been directed by certain people to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all right, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it's right.
you know what I mean? It's your show. You
I
do what you
like
want.
everyone, can you?
You can't like everyone, and a friend to all is a friend to none, isn't it?
Yep.
That's exactly it.
You know what I mean? All right. Well, what live stream do you want to come on? Do you want to come on to the James DeGale bare knuckle one? I think that might be the next one.
We've got. Do you know what we've got? No, not we. I'm telling a lie there. Freddie Warren's got Jack Fincham on that. Yeah, he's got Jack Fincham fighting on the
How do you
bare
feel
knuckle.
about bare knuckle?
Bare
The
knuckle.
bare knuckle. Okay, you're in.
Yeah.
Deeply in.
You do my fighting.
I mean, I don't fancy it. You're a big lump. All right, we'll have a little look at that one.
Yeah,
then.
we'll have a look at the schedule and see what we can come on.
Yeah.
I think a Robert Warren live stream reaction with a couple of beers is gold.
That's
Yeah,
huge.
but more money though.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, your people,
Fuck
your people talk
And
to our people. Yeah.
Word sparkling, so
Didn't even offer. You know what I mean?
But listen,
I didn't think sparkling would be your vibe. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a sparkling water kind of guy myself.
yeah.
Yeah, I really am. Like, I just
No,
didn't.
I'll stop drinking with a bit of my head for that.
have you ever watched? Yeah. Have you ever watched Ted Lasso?
No, I haven't. But
There's a scene on Ted Lasso YouTube where the guy drinks some sparkling water and it goes flying across the room rather rapidly. I'm that kind of guy when it comes to sparkling water. But listen, you guys are doing such a great job with this podcast. It's super.
Trying.
See all the content that you put out. It's very well done. Absolutely nothing to do with Sam. I know how much of a crutch he
no,
is to it.
I think
Yeah.
this is as good a time as any. Obviously, Sam.
No, as it goes,
Sam.
you've got to give Sam the best producer in the world.
Yeah, he's won it. That's what
Don't give
those.
me
That's what
Jake.
those little belt awards are. We
are they?
we give
Are
them
they?
to him. Yeah, producer of the year.
Every time he does it, he does it. I don't like being too nice to him, but he does a great.
He
job.
does a good job.
He does a
He-
good
he
job.
do- he does a
does
good
our
job.
Box Nation as well. I did say to him though, I would like to see Sam on screen a little bit more as well.
Yeah, it's right.
trying.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, Sam is at every single Queensberry show going. He's got some stories as well, you know.
All right, so let's not also forget that when Denzel won his last WBO, it went everywhere. It was just his reflection in the belt. Whilst he was giving the infamous like one of them, it was just Sam's boat in the belt. No one even cared what it was. It was just like, he's just one Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, where was the one when you was who was under the cover when it was raining?
Oh yeah, remember that was Ipswich, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Denzel as well, isn't it? The dancing
Denzel,
one.
Yeah, it was. And then you had a load of covers over you in Riyadh as well. That was because it was dusty though, wasn't it? Was there a storm or something going on?
God.
Yeah, the some of the stories that I hear about the BTS, the behind the scenes stuff, are crazy.
Maybe Sam is the kind of guest you want to get on once he's retired because he might.
Yeah,
put
you
his
can't.
job
Yeah,
in
yeah,
jeopardy.
again, brand risk. We have to be
What do you mean
very
retired? You
clear
might-
about.
might be getting that soon.
Sam's the kind of guy I'd be worried about writing a book with all the things he sees.
He don't remember that much though.
He doesn't actually, to be fair.
He don't remember that much, and also like I've helped him with like the guy that you're working with is a mate of a mate, and he's like, I don't even know who that is, and I'm like, well,
No,
he
that's
said he
right,
was
yeah.
talking to you. He said I was working with Sam from.
We're gonna get. By the way, we've asked Rob to do some commentary on our WBM.
Without a
live.
shadow of a doubt.
I'm really
we
excited
We
for
need
it.
to get you on.
I'm
100%.
buzzing for that.
Next show, we'll get you on there.
Yeah.
100%. I think it'd be a good
pictures
gig.
behind when I walk past.
That's fine.
The only time
Do you want to play with my hair?
Yeah, I've got it in my pocket.
the only time you'll see Rob at York Hall is in the car park.
That's right.
That's where
Out
Rob
the back.
plonks himself.
that where he just
That's
goes?
where he's
How long is it
notorious.
in there? You know what it is? I'm a man. Look.
It is warm in
So
there. It's warm in here, but it's warm in there.
We used to sit ringside, right, in a suit. So after 3 rounds, straight outside.
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, you can't.
Three.
You can't. It's a t-shirt kind of vibe, and I don't know how you do it in
No.
like some of the garments that you whip out.
I whip out the roll neck in the winter, and even then it's stifling hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. You have this image on what you think you should look like on screen, and then you don't take into consideration the fact that York Hall is hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
It's brutal, isn't
You've
it?
got to have a look at your selection of hats.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You want to? Has he told you his quote? What his dad said about hats?
No.
But you know, I told you what my dad said.
Go on.
If you can't fight, wear an hat.
You did. You told me that when I first met you. You did. You told me that when I first met you.
Literally, hi. Didn't even get to the chance to hi. I'm Ollie.
Do you know what? I have one more story, actually. One final one. Because you're right. The first time I met him, he said that to me. He was like, I'll be all right with this guy. He's wearing a hat. He clearly can't fight. The first time I met him properly, it was the first time I was doing interviews.
Yeah.
Right. So just a bit of a backstory. I just taught myself to interview people.
Yep.
Right. I just picked up a microphone one day without anyone asking me to, and I just started interviewing people. Right. I guess how everyone does it.
That's what we do.
So WBM gave me this first opportunity to do some post-fight interviews with their fighters. So I'm not really a nervous person by nature, but it's the first time I've ever done it.
And you want to do a good job, right?
So we're outside, and the boys go to me. Do you know what? Do the old man. They called him the old man. Do the old man first to do the old man first for a bit of practice. So I'm like, all right. Well, I've had a couple of conversations with Robert. He seems like a nice enough guy. This is going to be a nice way to. So I set my camera up outside. I press record. Welcome to WBM social media. I'm here with Bobby Warren of Warren Boxing Management. And he looked deadpan at me. He was like, my name's not Bobby, it's Robert. Bobby's over there. And I was like, oh, fuck. That was the first thing I'd ever said on camera. And the world might as well have eaten me up. And I've still got it on. I think we put it out, didn't we? The story doesn't sound as funny as it was in real. But he looks at me deadpan. My name's not Bobby. It's Robert. Bobby's over. Yeah. But if you don't know the guy,
what great thing to remember.
I know.
First go.
And I was looking at him.
Do that again.
And I was looking at him. I was like, never again.
Another first go, Mark Burtis.
Right.
First MCing he's ever done was down at the XL, I think it was. And I was sitting next to Johnny Bennett, his friend. And he went, ladies and gentlemen. I went, Burtis, you wanker. He said, and he went like, Mark's all okay.
See, now that needs to be on DAZN. We need to get you out.
He's a menace. Yeah. He is a menace. Don't get me wrong. However professional he is, and however
he should have told me. I've never done anything live before, but
I know. Yeah, he's a menace. Yeah, you don't ever give Robert any of your weaknesses.
All right, he got through it, so it just showed how professional he was.
All right, so now I'm ready for my commentary debut. Right? Yeah. I know whatever is coming your way, I'm just gonna have to just pretend like I don't know you, and then you're gonna give me a load of shit about how are you gonna ignore me in front of everyone? You're never back.
Yeah. And now we've had this conversation, he's going to find something to wind up.
Thank you for that.
Just to let you know.
I thought we were bearded, bald bros, but obviously you've set me up now.
Listen, I've been through it, and it worked out well for me in the end.
So it was just, I'm not normally a bully, but
sometimes you have to.
Yeah, you got it.
Sometimes you have to. Like
you just see what their metal's like. He come through it well. Mark come through it well.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Who's next?
You've done all right. You've done all right.
Who's next?
The geezer with a fish on his arm. That's right.
He's already gone through. But you've had more.
I'm ready.
Right.
I'm on.
I know you are. I can tell.
I'm good to go. Good to go. I'm going to be borrowing some of the outfits, not the hat. The hats aren't.
I'm just going to walk up with.
It's not for me.
I'm just walking up with a great big hat.
Just one of the big ones. That's it. Yeah. Just what you need to do is do a massive hat, sit directly in front of me so I can't see the fights that I'm meant to be commentating on.
Me.
Yeah, I would interview. Well, we look forward to seeing that. We look forward to having you on handling that one.
Yeah, we look forward to having you on. Yeah.
All right, anyway, thank you so much.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Massively appreciate it. I've got sweaty hands. Thank you so much. Pleasure as always, boss.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. If you didn't know who Robert Warren was before, you definitely do now. The geezer is an absolute legend. Ollie Bessel, Mr. WBM legend. October 11th, Box Nation, Davey versus Hawley at York Hall. Tickets are available now. Get involved. If not, watch it on Box Nations. Like, rate, subscribe. Let us know what you thought about this in the comments. And also, we love you.